When it comes to medicines, I think a lot of people imagine that the testing is done on mice and rats, and they seem to be unaware that the testing for products is actually done on a range of animals, including ferrets, including dogs, including cats, and that is sort of not hidden from public view, but there's not a lot of interest from the public because they don't know about it. Now, for reference in this interview, I'm flexible on the topic, but I am also extremely concerned about the levels of suffering that it would give to animals for our human benefits. So, in the question I posed at the beginning, the reason I posed it like that is because that's how it's often presented to the public for the greater good. Now, Leilani, you have been protesting against the use of, in particular, beagles. Now, of course, there are strict regulations and pieces of legislation that control animal testing, and there's no suggestion here that the facility or others violate any of these rules. Indeed, scrutiny, it has been confirmed that everything is above board. What we are talking about is public awareness and whether or not we agree with the limitations and regulations that are currently in place and if they should be changed. So, Leilani, here's a video of you from 2021.
So behind here, there can be up to 2,000 dogs at any one time being bred. So multiply out the amount of litters that they can have every year. Camp Beagle are camped alongside here. Please follow them. They're trying to raise awareness. They have outreaches going on in different cities at different times. So if you're in the area or the outreach area, please consider joining them to help just raise awareness to show that animals, dogs particularly, are being still used in experiments and they're being bred right here.
So, Leilani, how did you come across this, and are we getting anywhere? Has there been any change in perception since this has been going on?
You know, I think there's been a slight raise in awareness, but a lot of people still don't know. I reposted that video from 2 years ago, just maybe a couple of weeks ago, when I found out that Camp Beagle were going to have this, or they'd been able to bring this topic into debate in the House of Parliament. And when I posted it, people were very shocked that it still goes on, that we're still breeding these dogs. In the UK, as you said, it's legal, but does legal always make things moral? Is it still acceptable? And a lot of people were disgusted to see that it's not just, medicines. It's also, these chemicals that are used around the household, used in maybe in industrial workplaces, that are still being tested on animals. And I think that that's what upset a lot of people. Unfortunately, with a lot of these parliamentary debates, there's a lot of MPs that probably won't even bother showing up. And people have written to their MPs to remind them that this is going on. And the MPs will write back and say, specifically talk about the use of animals, mice, rats, for testing medicines and pharmaceutical products. But again, this isn't just what's going on. It is other kinds of chemicals. And who goes into work and wakes up for their day knowing that they're going to force beagles to inhale these toxic fumes or inject them with them or rub corrosive substances onto their bodies, or do the ingestion test. So as you said, it might not be illegal, but I think a lot of people are really upset that this is actually happening from a moral standard. And things need to change, laws need to change. It's 2023. There's computer modeling, there's like fake tissue. If you can grow fake tissue to eat, like Bill Gates wants, why aren't you producing fake tissue to test on?
That's absolutely. If we're growing burgers and if we're growing and printing burgers in labs, why are we still testing on animals? Would be one of the questions.